So there we go. So first of all, welcome, Jane. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us. I do have some coaching, and I wish that I'd started having coaching right at the very beginning of my career. Quite often you hear people saying, "What's the one thing that what type of advice that you would give people?" And it would be, get a coach and stay focused, because I, like a lot of people, think I'm superwoman and I can do absolutely everything and I know better than anybody else. That's not true. So I'm delighted that you've come to share your words of wisdom to us. So
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. I shall pass it over to you.
It's interesting you said that, Louise, because I never had a coach. Even when I became a coach, I didn't have a coach. And then one day I had an epiphany. Oh my God, my life would be so much easier if I got my own coach. And now, because I'm greedy, I don't just have one coach because I've got different businesses. I have different coaches for my different businesses. So I don't see paying for my coaches as money going out the door. I see
No.
paying for my coaches as money coming into the door, because what I pay out, I get back leaps and bounds. So, welcome everybody. My name is Jane Bryan. So, whether you're a beauty therapist, a holistic healer, a nail tech, a facialist, whatever, today's session is all about you. And I'm here to show you how coaching can be the fuel that really powers the incredible transformation, the transformation engine that you already are. So some people might not know me. So who am I to talk to you about this? So as I said, my name is Jane Bryan. I'm the founder of the Thriving Beauty Business Club. More of that later. I'm also a therapist turned mentor or coach. I always wonder what am I? I'm a coach and a mentor, depending on what role I'm taking on. I've got 25 plus years in the beauty and the wellness industry. I'm the owner of Jane Bryan Beauty Training. We're an international training academy. We have centres across the UK, Spain, Ireland, and New Zealand. And I'm also an assessor and an IQA. 5 years ago, we moved to where we saw the rest of our life living, and we moved to Spain, southern Spain, and we opened up, as you do, without ever having run a retreat venue before. We moved to Spain and set up a retreat venue, Casa Blanca. And unfortunately, we moved in January, and then Spain went into lockdown for 2 years on March the 15th. So we had no income coming in for 2 years. And as you can imagine, well, you probably don't know, but in Spain, to be self-employed, for the luxury of being self-employed, as well as paying your taxes and your 21% VAT, it's called EVA over here, I also have to pay the government €400 a month for the privilege of being self-employed, even if I'm sick and all the 2 years through lockdown. But I managed to keep going. So we have a retreat venue and we also have a spa. So I still do my treatments. And in fact, after this, I'm going straight into a manual lymphatic drainage treatment. And I'm really, really passionate about helping therapists build profitable, freedom-led businesses. And I'm a specialist in mindset, pricing, and burnout prevention. And why can I say I'm a specialist in burnout prevention? Because I've actually had two nervous breakdowns. One wasn't in this industry. I was in pharmaceuticals before, international pharmaceuticals, before I had that first nervous breakdown. And then because I didn't listen to what my body was telling me like years before, I allowed myself to get back into that burnout mode and then consequently have my second nervous breakdown. So there's certain things I have very, very strong boundaries in my life now and never, ever let myself get into that position again. I'm also a qualified hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, a sound healer, yoga nidra facilitator, and a meditation facilitator too. So I'm an advocate for building a life and a business where you don't need a holiday from, because when I was in overwhelm, I always needed those holidays from my business. But if I had a 2 week holiday, I'd have to take off 3 weeks because the first week I know I'd be ill, which is a crazy way to live. And I lived like that for many, many years. And I've worked in this industry from all the different angles that you can imagine. You know, I've been on the couch, doing treatments, in the classroom, being an educator, and also now running retreats. And we run training retreats, so beauty training retreats. We run mindset retreats. We run things like nothingness, where you come here and do nothing. It's like a digital detox. And we also, for the retreat venue, out to other people who want to host their own retreats as well. So I think it's fair to say that I've walked your shoes, I've walked the long hours, I've walked the full days, I've walked that nagging feeling that, Christ, there must be something more, because surely I'd be better off stacking shelves in Sainsbury's or Tesco's, and I'm not being demeaning when I say that. My husband used to stack shelves in Tesco's. But sometimes the stress was so much, I just wanted that life that didn't have that stress and that, oh my God, I'm on that tipping point of another nervous breakdown. So I created the Thriving Beauty Business Club because I saw too many talented therapists who were stuck. They were stressed and ready to give up. Yeah, I'm coaching one at the moment. She just wants to walk out about her business tomorrow. So we had a couple of hours yesterday where I was coaching her. She's gone away to do her homework. We're supposed to be on a call later on where we're going to feedback. Because sometimes I think we go into that, I just want to get rid of, but we don't actually think about the long-term consequences. So the exercises I've given her to think about is, what are the long-term consequences if you walk away from your business? And you don't have to be one of those people that give up on their business, and I'm here to tell you, or I should say, a coach isn't here really to tell you what to do. They should be there to unlock what's already within you. So do you ever feel like you're spinning your wheels? You're just doing all the things that my husband's just walked in, you're doing all the things that you think you should be doing or told you should be doing, but it's coming through that door with making loads of noise, but you're still stuck. Have you had that dream lifestyle in your head, that's why you built your business, to get that dream lifestyle, but that dream lifestyle is still just out of reach, or maybe not just still out of reach, a long way away from your reach? Because you're not alone if you are, and you don't have to stay stuck. If you've ever felt like you're giving it everything, but somehow you're not moving forward, and I've been there. You're treating clients, you're posting online, you're ordering your stock, you're doing your books, yet that dream business still feels just out of reach, or maybe further than just out of reach. Well, today, this is your permission slip to stop surviving, because that's what we're doing at the moment, and start thriving. And you don't have to spin those wheels anymore. You just need to find the right support, whether that's with me or with someone else. But that right support has to come from someone who gets it. And for me, that's where coaching comes in. And today, I'm here to show you, or hopefully I'm here to show you, how coaching can be a game changer for you. So what coaching with the right mentor, because believe me, I've worked with many mentors, many coaches, and they haven't been the right fit for me. And that's been the part of two people, I suppose, me, because I didn't do my due diligence, and also them, because knowing where I wanted to get to, they didn't have the skills to get me to where I needed to be. So, it's the fault on both parts. So with the right coaching, the right mentor, that can help you attract high value clients who actually rebook, to price profitably without that panic. I see so many people, they put their prices up and they announce it to the world. I am so sorry, I'm putting my prices up. When Tesco's put their prices up, do they announce it to the world? No, they don't. And yet we put it all over the world. When we put it on social media, most of those people on social media are never, ever going to see us. So why do we do that? Why are we apologetic when we put our prices up? Because every time your products go up, every time your rent goes up, every time your utility bills goes up, every time your staff wage goes up, you're actually discounting if you're not increasing your prices too. A right mentor can also ditch the marketing overwhelm, because I find that a lot of the people, when they come into the membership, that's the thing that they feel they need most help with. And they'll find out later why that's not where they need most help with. And they can also help you avoid burnout. And they can help you build a business that fits your life. And too many of us, a lot of people talk about the work-life balance. And for me, it's life-work balance, because we should have a business that enables us to live the life we want to lead. And also, the right mentor can connect you with like-minded pros who get it. And this is what coaching has done for hundreds of therapists just like you. And it's not about becoming someone new, because it's all about really finally stepping into that power of who you are with confidence, stepping into that power of who you are with clarity. So I can't actually see any comments in the chat. I might be able to actually. So I just want you to reflect, where are you now in your business? So I'm just going to put some numbers up and just put in chat where you are. And it might be more than one of these. So number one, do you think you're feeling stuck in your business? Is your business where, every year I sit down with my members and we do annual business plans where we forecast what our revenue is going to be. We forecast what our overheads are. We forecast what our profit's going to be. We forecast everything. But do you have, even if you don't do that, have you ever sat there and thought, right, by the year 2025, I want to be here, but I'm not there because I'm feeling stuck? Or Are you wanting to grow, but you just don't know how to? Are you burnt out? Or do you feel that you're losing passion for your business? And trust me, I've been there too. And do you think you're already thriving, but it's all work, no play? You want more balance in your life? Or is it something else? So I'd love it if, and I will come back to this later, if you could all type in chat where you are now in your business. So Louise said 2 and 4, so wanting to grow, already thriving, wants more balance. Thank you for sharing that with me, Louise. So knowing where you are now is key to figuring out what kind of support you need. And I did a live, oh, someone else has shared, let me have a look at that. Julie, 4 and 2, already thriving but want more balance and wanting to grow. Okay. Penny, 5, just starting out. Oh, Penny, well done. Just starting out. Because a lot of people think I've been in the industry for years. This was my second job. As I said, I was in pharmaceuticals. So I was a late developer in the industry. So, oh, now I can't press return to get to my next slide. Hang on. There we go. So I actually did a live yesterday about the fact that we are not just therapists. And this is a lie that we keep telling ourselves. You know, depending on your discipline, and by discipline, I mean the treatments that you offer, you are a skin, if that's your bag, skin educator or a body educator or whatever your treatments do. You're a confidence giver. You're a stress reliever in the non-sexual way, I would say. You're a cheerleader. You're a business owner. You're a dream builder. You're a healer of hearts and skin. And you're also an entrepreneur. And you wear 100 hats. A couple of years ago, I said to the members, how many hats do you think you wear in terms of job roles in your work and at home? And I think we got up to, one of the members said 74 different hats. So we wear many different hats, but we still show up to our clients, hopefully, if we're not that jaded, with love, with care and excellence. So you need to own your power. You need to step into your worth. And you are a force in your clients' lives. So when you say out loud, if your microphone's off, it don't matter. But when you say out loud, I am not just therapist. And I think that word just should be removed from our memory completely. You are a space holder. You're a confidence creator. You're a well-being warrior. So what does a transformation engine actually mean? Because that's what we are. We are a transformation engine. We put stuff into our client, and as a result, that transforms, and then they get the output. Pat, can you just close that door, please? So you offer more than just a service. You create lasting change, and you're the reason your clients feel better, feel stronger, and feel more themselves. So from a skin treatment to a set of nails, you're making real change in clients' lives, not always in that loud, obvious way, but in a powerful, maybe more quiet way. So let's talk about the power of skin treatment. So in a skin treatment, someone comes in, it's not just about cleansing, exfoliating, massage, mask. It's about confidence. It's about helping them feel more confident in their own skin. It's about giving them the confidence to walk into a meeting, to go on a date, to go into a party and not worry that people are looking at their scarring, their acne, their rosacea, their pigmentation, their whatever. You help people show up in the world without fear of judgment. And you dissolve insecurities. And you're giving them freedom. And that's not a beauty treatment. In my eyes, that's not a beauty treatment. That's empowerment. And in fact, what it is it's transformation. Just going to check this message. Mainly reflexologists here. Okay. All the same sort of analogy. So if we, every time I look at my chat, this goes wrong. So we look at the power of nail treatments. You know, it's not just about putting polish or a set of extensions on. It's time for her. And this would go with your holistic treatments as well. It's a moment where he or she isn't running after the kids, working, cooking, solving everybody else's problems. For many, it's the only time they get for themselves when they come in and have a treatment. And you give them permission to take that space and feel seen. And to me, that's not a treatment. That's transformation. When we talk about massage, holistics, it's not just about tight shoulders or unblocking the energy part in reflexology. It's releasing the stress of life. You know, your hands are healing more than muscles, more than those organs when we're working with reflexology. You're unlocking emotions, you're improving sleep, you're reconnecting someone with themselves. And that to me isn't just a treatment, that's transformation. And then even if you're doing advanced services like laser, semi-permanent, you know, advanced skin treatments, body sculpting or whatever, it's not just about the results, it's about relief. When someone doesn't need to hide under inches of makeup or filters or hide from shame anymore, that's deep work. That's freedom. And that is transformation. I find there's common beliefs that hold us back, and I would be lying if I didn't say these beliefs hold me back. Don't hold me back. Yes, they do. I've been working, if anyone knows Danny Wallace, I've been working with Danny today about the fears that hold us back. We're getting really to the crux of rather than the superficial stuff that I know is the problem, really deep. So the common things that hold us back are: I'm not good enough. I'm afraid of failing. I don't deserve success. Just not ready. Well, I'd say to you, that's all poppycock. And these are things that we need to get you over. But there's other things that hold us back as well. Like the word, I said, we need to remove the word just from our vocabulary. I just do. I hope I've proven to you, you don't just do reflexology. You do so much more. And the other thing I hear a lot is, I'm only a small salon. I don't care whether you're a one-man band who works from your house or whether you just got a room in the hairdressers, because that's where I started from. And I finished in a room in my home. It's not small. Take that word out of your vocabulary too. It's boutique, bijou, whatever you want to call it, but not small. It gives that wrong impression about your business. And I'm not as successful as, and this all goes back to comparisonitis. So let's flip that script. These beliefs, what they do is shrink your worth. Now, anyone who knows me, who's ever met me live, because everyone, the first thing they said, most people only see me sitting down. And when they see me, they go, oh my God, you're quite small, aren't you? I was going to say tall. I'm only 4'11". So anything that that makes me shrink, makes me cringe. I don't want to be shrunk anymore, thank you. And if I let these beliefs sink into me, I'm going to shrink. I'm going to shrink my worth. And I've already done too many years shrinking my worth. Because what you do is huge. And you are the reason why someone walks a little bit taller, smiles maybe a little bit more, or feels good in their own body. And in a world that constantly tells us that, you know, we're not enough, we're not slim enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not good enough, we're not smooth enough, we're not polished enough, we're not filtered enough, that's a soft place to land. And coaching can help reframe how you see your business and your power. So why coaching matters, why I think coaching matters anyway. So coaching doesn't fix you. For me, coaching is all about unlocking you. It helps you find clarity when you're stuck. It reignites your passion and your purpose. It builds your confidence and your resilience. And it gives you structure, strategy, and support. So let's be honest, you don't need someone to tell you how to do a reflexology treatment. You know, you already know your craft. But coaching isn't about teaching you how to do treatments. It's about unlocking the version of you that steps up, the version of you that shows up, the version of you that builds something that's amazing from all of those skills that you've got. So coaching is like a spotlight. It shines on the areas of your business and your life that you've been avoiding or didn't even know they were there holding you back. It helps you get clear on what you actually want, not just what you think you should want. And there's other words that we should remove from our vocabulary. If ever I hear myself saying, I should do that, I ought to do that, I could do that, that means I'm not 100% committed to doing that. Because should, would, that's someone else is telling me that's what I need to do. It also helps you feel grounded when life feels chaotic. It helps you build a plan that doesn't burn you out, because I've worked with many coaches that have given me so much bloody work. It's just like, when am I actually supposed to work enough so much so that I'm bringing in money? You know, that's going to burn me out. And it's also where it helps you start taking action consistently instead of second guessing every step. And sometimes we're too close to our own patterns to see what's really keeping us stuck. And coaching, for me, holds up the mirror and asks the right questions to move you forward without judgment, without fluff, but just giving you that real support. And when you work with a coach, it's not about becoming someone new, as I said before, it's becoming more of who you are without fear and with more focus. So I also think that coaching unlocks your inner treasure. So imagine for a second that you are the treasure chest. And inside, you've got the tools, you've got the talent, you've got the magic that change lives. And we already talked about that. That is you doing your treatments. But over time, that treasure gets buried under sort of self-doubt, under comparisonitis, under overwhelm, under that sort of lack of direction. And coaching isn't about putting something into you that wasn't already there. It's about helping you find the key and open that lid. And once that treasure is unlocked, that's where the clarity comes in. That's where the confidence and the growth comes rushing out. And coaching helps you protect it. It helps you polish it and use it to create the business and life that you really want, the one that you probably dreamed of when you first started your business that's eluded you to date. And because remember, you're not starting from scratch, you know your craft, you're starting from experience, and coaching just helps you access more of you. So coaching creates clarity. It helps you cut through the noise. It helps you focus on what really matters. And it helps you align your business with your values. It also helps you build confidence. So you own your value so that you ditch that comparisonitis and you feel grounded in your pricing and your decisions. It also provides strategy, how you to market with ease, creating clear action plans, and also creating systems actually save time. And it also supports personal growth, mindset upgrades, space for reflection, and becoming the leader of your life rather than the business becoming the leader and you the follower. And then you don't have the life that you dream of. So you've got to remember that you're not a luxury, you're a lifeline, sorry. You help people feel they're enough. You create safe spaces for others to heal. And you're often the only place someone feels seen. And coaching reminds you matter too. So I want you to let that sink in. You're not just doing treatments. You're often the safe space in someone's life. You're the one who listens to them and listens to them without judgment. The one who notices when something's slightly off with your client. The one who says, take a breath. This moment is for you. And as I said before, we're in this world that constantly tells us we're not enough. And you're the reminder for your clients that they are more than enough. But here's the thing. You can only pour from a full cup. And coaching is what helps you refill your cup. It reminds you of your worth. It gives you space to be seen, you space to be heard, you space to be supported. Because you're a lifeline to others. And coaching is the lifeline for you. So from burnout to balance, I've been there. So in burnout, it feels like you're constant overwhelm. You're in dread mode rather than joy mode. And you've got no time for yourself. But when you're in balance, you set clear boundaries. And what's more, you stick to them. You've got space to breathe. You've got space to plan. And you've got a business that works for you. But coaching really isn't a cost, as I've started off this presentation with. It's a catalyst for change. And let's talk about the truth. Burnout is huge in our industry. Whether people will put their hands up and say it or not, it is huge. And you're giving and you're giving until there's nothing left. And the worst part, you start to feel numb. You become detached from your own business. You become detached from yourself, from your family, from your friends. And burnout just doesn't happen because you're too busy. It happens because your energy is going in too many directions and none of them are truly fueling you. And coaching is what stops you or helps you step off that hamster wheel. It gives you perspective. It gives you permission to slow down. And it gives you a plan that honors your energy, not just your to-do list. And when you invest in coaching, you're not just spending money on help. You're creating momentum, you're creating clarity, and you're creating a path to balance. Because your business, it really shouldn't be running your life. And your business should support your life. And balance doesn't mean doing less. Balance means doing more of what matters, more. So I just want to share something from one of my members, Victoria Berger. She's an award-winning therapist. She's also one of my members of the Thriving Beauty Business Club, and she's also an educator. So joining TBBC, as I call it, moving forward, has been one of the most pivotal decisions I've made for my business and personal confidence. It's helped me gain clarity on the direction I truly want to take, allowing me to focus on the treatments I genuinely enjoy delivering, while confidently passing other services onto my team or phasing them out altogether. This shift has not only reignited my passion, but also elevated the quality of my services. Since refining my treatment menu, I've noticed a significant improvement in both treatment and retail sales, so much so that VAT is no longer a worry or barrier, and the business is now structured to absorb it with ease. One of the most empowering outcomes has been the confidence I've built along the way. With the support and encouragement of Jane in the group, I felt brave enough to enter awards, something she would never have ever, trust me, would never have considered before. And she's proud to say that she won Best Local Hair and Beauty Award and was also named runner-up in the Kent Women in Business Service Excellence category. And that has put her business on the spotlight as well. Above all, the accountability within the group has kept me on focus on my financial figures, something I once avoided. And now I understand them, track them, and use them to drive smart decisions. So the membership hasn't just helped me build a stronger business, it's helped me grow into a more confident, purpose-driven business owner. So, as a result, she went from that panic to profitability and awards. Clarity, confidence, price and restructure equals transformation. So I think when people hear the word membership, people think, oh, right, it's the same old, same old. But I hope I'm going to convince you that my membership isn't just another membership. It's led by someone who's been in your shoes and is still a working therapist. I'm a seasoned therapist, I'm a trainer, assessor, IQA, I've got 25 plus years experience in the industry, I might add. And then I've got an additional, not going to show how many years, because then you know how old I am, in marketing and sales, because that's what I was doing in pharmaceuticals, working with doctors, teaching the field force, the sales reps, how to actually sell to doctors. And believe me, that's a hard mask. We also offer business and mindset support. So it's not just strategies and downloads, it's real one-to-one support to overcome that burnout, self-doubt, and imposter syndrome. It's actionable, no fluff content, training, tools, templates, step-by-step systems designed for beauty businesses. So it's not generic advice here. It's everything that's related to our business. And it's a true sense of community. So we have lives, we have question and answers, we've got group coaching. And what they tell me is it almost feels like we are their business bestie circle, not just a dashboard of videos. It's tailored to your growth stage. So whether you're stuck, you're scaling or planning an exit, which I'm doing with one of my members at the moment, we have the content and the coaching to support your path. We focus on profitability, not popularity. We care more about your income, your impact and your freedom than your blinking follower count that some memberships focus purely on. Obviously, we've got the retreats. We have an annual retreat here. We've got the one-to-one support and real life opportunities. So what I think makes us stand out is we're just not another content hub. It's not another library where you get overwhelmed and then you never log in again. And trust me, I've joined many of them. It is a coaching club with a community at its heart. You'll feel seen, you're going to feel supported and challenged in the best way. We go beyond business, I think, within the membership. We help build a life that you love around a business that you're proud of. So I mentioned access to our annual retreat at Casa Torretta Blanca at discounted price. We have strategy sessions and then the chance to grow with us in person and online. And other things that I do, one of my members, we bought a new business. She bought it. I created everything that needed to go in there. I flew over from Spain to help her with her launch date, which was amazing. So much so that she's now bought a salon that we're opening up at the end of this month. So another one of my members, Donna Baldwin, she's a clinical aromatherapist. She joined in 2024. So although she was already attracting clients, her aim was to boost her revenue and then deepen engagement with them. So since becoming a member, Jane has guided me through two significant initiatives. First, she helped me establish regular email communication with my clients, something I hadn't implemented before. And the response has been overwhelmingly positive. And I now consistently send out my weekly wellness update. And second, I was initially resistant. I wouldn't say just resistant. She was so resistant, it was untrue, to appearing live on social media. I had very few photos of myself, and I doubted I would ever participate in a live. And I run Facebook Live challenges. They're free to non-members and also members as well. However, with Jane's encouragement, I completed 2 monthly live challenges. My live sessions, they're not flawless. And if anyone sees me live, mine are certainly not flawless, but the positive feedback from clients has been encouraging. Currently, we're in the process of revamping my website. When she says we, she means her and I. I'm pleased to report that my revenue has increased significantly compared to 2023. And I'd recommend Jane for anyone who needs to move their business forward. She's very supportive and helps to guide you to making the changes you need to implement in your business. So she went from hesitant to confident, visible, and thriving. She didn't need more clients. What she needed was a deeper connection with them. She needed more visibility. She needed more clarity of where she was going in her business. And I'm pleased to say she was in quite a nice area, but the building was not up to stand, not up to what she needed. So we moved her. She's now in the town centre, and business is going from strength to strength. So with the coaching, she built an engaged audience through email. She showed up live on social media for the first time. She's raised her revenue, and now she's got the most beautiful space. Thing that she probably dreamed it she'd get in 10 years, she got in 1 year working with me, all while rebuilding her confidence. So I think that when people come in on the membership, there is like a growth journey. So they start at the surviving, they're in chaos and burnout, perhaps. So they're overwhelmed, underpaid, if paid at all, and they've got very low, if any, boundaries. So what we then have to do is put them on a stabilization path. So we put in the structure in the systems, so they get clear pricing, that's profit as well, better rebooking rates and confidence, raising their confidence. Then once we've got when we've stabilized the business, we then go into the thriving side. So aligned, profitable, and energized. So working less, earning more, loving your business again. One of the members, I haven't mentioned her yet. I don't think I've spoken about Fiona. Fiona desperately only wanted to work 3 days a week. But she'd been tried for probably 10 years to cut down to 3 days a week. She never achieved it. Within 6 months working with me, she's down to 2 days a week and earning more money than she's ever earned before. Fiona, who I just spoke about, Fiona Chester-Lawson, salon owner and educator, award-winning salon owner again. So I used to feel like I was constantly working in my business and not getting anywhere. But since becoming a member, I've gained clarity, focus, and direction. And most importantly, I've seen real results, because that's what you want. If you're paying someone to help you, you want to be able to see those real results. Jane's no fluffs. That's a common thread that they say about me, isn't it? Straight talking approach was exactly what I needed. She quickly helped me get clear on where I was wasting time, where I was playing small, and what changes I need to make. I had a one-to-one coaching session with Fiona this morning, and she was dodging about doing something. I said, "You're playing small. I'm not accepting what you just said. We're now going for this." So she gulped and she went, "Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that." Jane helped me become the CEO of my business. That's what I say we all need to become. We need to become the CEO of your business. And now I feel I actually run my business. It doesn't run me. I have a work-life balance. I prioritize me. It's most important when we're running a business. I streamline my treatment menu and my pricing strategy, and leading to higher value bookings and more consistent income. What we're just about to launch, which is with Forest, and Forest haven't quite got their membership bit sorted out, but we've got a membership just ready and waiting to go, because what we identified was she had a very expensive machine that was just sitting in the corner. So we're now creating a membership around the use of that machine, but we can't launch it yet because Forest haven't got their act into gear. So we created and committed to a 12-month business plan that's achievable and aligned with both my business goals and my personal life. As a result, I've increased client retention and rebooking rates through better systems and accountability. Fiona as well, her retail sales were awful. So we had a quarterly review meeting recently, and every quarter I set them challenges of what their retail rate needs to be. And not only did she hit her retail rate for the first time ever, she smashed it. I was so pleased. So joining the membership has genuinely been one of the best investments I've made. So if you're ready to take yourself and your business seriously, this is where you need to be. And I can't thank Jane enough for all her help. I'm in love with my business again, and forever grateful. So we went from chaos to clarity, and then Fiona became the CEO of her business and her life. And now her business doesn't run her, she runs the business. And finally, Amber, again, salon owner and educator. I've gained lifelong friends and the ability to build my business, not just on my own, but with the support from everyone in the group. Everyone shares in the success and helps cheer you on, whatever you're doing. It's a safe space to share your concerns, ideas, and wins. Being part of Jane's group has held me accountable for my business and the direction I want to be going in. There's so much information, guidance, and advice shared via the portal. That's like the membership hub, emails, online, and also within the WhatsApp group. Jane goes above and beyond to advise and help you through any problems that arise within your business, and nothing is too big or too small an ask. I genuinely don't think I'd be where I am today if I had to try to navigate it all on my own. Amber was doing is qualified to do is qualified to do very high end treatments. But what was she doing? She was sitting there doing nails at £25 a pop. So the first thing I did with her is you're going to block out. Clients can no longer book in for any low end treatments. Anything that's under 50 quid, your column is closed off from there now. And so now she's doing all the treatments she loves doing, not getting bogged down in low price, low profit treatments. So she's connected, she's clear, and she confidently is building her business with a community that's behind her. So the membership, it's a community built for therapists by a therapist. We have monthly training. So tomorrow night we have training on money mindset. So we have monthly, sometimes it's sales, sometimes it's marketing. But at the moment, I feel with everything that's going on in the UK at the moment, we need to really get our money mindset back to where it was. We've got business tools in there. We've got templates. We have that mindset support and coaching. We've got practical systems to grow your business, accountability, planning, and peer support. And it's designed to help you earn more, work less, and feel good again. And the club, might have mentioned it, is they see it as their business bestie. It's where you get the support, the tools, the strategy that no one teaches you in beauty school. And sometimes when I bring in new members, they say, I feel so stupid. I should know how to give you the numbers that I want. I said, did you get taught that at school? No. Did you get taught that when you did your beauty training? No. So how the hell are you supposed to know where it is unless someone like me shows you where you can find these things, how you can build a better business? Because if you're not taught it, you're not going to know. But this is where I bring in my current industry experience with my previous industry experience, because I was working in pharmaceutical sales and marketing, and I left that and I started my own extremely successful consultancy business in pharmaceuticals marketing and sales. And then I then sold that because I was at risk of burning out again. And to me, my mindset is more important than money. So whether you're rebuilding from burnout, you're restructuring for profit, or you're dreaming of scaling, we meet you where you are, and then we help you move forward with it. So we have 3 different levels of offerings. We've got the 6-month program, which is the CEO Accelerator, and that's $4,950. And this is really best for therapists ready for a complete business transformation with intensive one-to-one support. So this is done with you, or some of it's done for you. So it's tailored business transformation. We have weekly check-ins and full access to my brain, and the highest level of access and coaching. So it includes a 90-minute onboarding call and full business audit, 6 high-impact strategy calls, weekly 10-minute check-ins, 60-minute monthly one-to-one coaching, 60-minute quarterly calibration sessions. That's where we look at your goals and your all your goals, whether we hit them or whatever. You've got WhatsApp support to me weekday. You get 50% off our annual Spanish retreat and access to the membership whilst on program. So this is for you if you're ready to stop dipping your toes in and finally take control of your business journey. That's one of my dogs barking, with speed, structure, and serious support. So if you want to get somewhere quickly, this is the program for you. But it's not just a program. It really is a personal commitment to your next level. And I'll be walking beside you every step of the way. The next level down, slightly bigger price drop here, is the CEO tier. And this is the membership, and that's £137 a month. So this is best for therapists who want to grow with strategic coaching, accountability, and expert support. So this is done with you, not done for you. Can I just let my dog in? Sorry about this. In. Sorry about that. So you're in the driving seat, but you're not alone. We have strategy sessions and direct guidance, and it's great for steady growth with structure. So this includes a 60-minute onboarding call, 30-minute monthly one-to-one coaching, 30-minute quarterly check-ins. So that's where we look at the goals that we set for this quarter, whether you achieve them, what are your goals for the next quarter, how are we going to achieve them, what are the micro steps that we need to put in place to achieve them. You get weekday WhatsApp support from me. You get 25% off our annual Spanish retreat. You got full access to the membership, the bolts, and all the toolkits. You get monthly marketing and sales training, and you also have the monthly metrics and feedback. So every month I send a document that really is just tracking all of your metrics, so we can see whether you're on track or not. So here you'll get no, you get that. It's more hands-on, but not as hands-on as you would at the 6-month program. And then the lower tier is a growth tier, and that's £67 a month. So this is more for your budget-conscious therapists who want to grow independently but still have expert tools. So this is all do it yourself. So you learn at your own pace. You get access to expert content and templates. So it's more of a light touch support. So no one-to-one coaching. You get a 30-minute onboarding call. You get no monthly one-to-one coaching or check-ins. There's no WhatsApp support. You'll be in a WhatsApp group, but you won't have access to me to ask me any questions. You can put them in the group chat and others may help you, or they will help you. There's no retreat discount, but you still get full access to the member vault, the toolkit, and the monthly training. So one thing people ask me is, what are most people on? Most people are on the CEO tier, the £137 a month. I've got a couple who I'm just finishing off on the accelerator program. So one question I'd like to ask you, are you ready to thrive? Because we only open the membership 4 times a year. So the next opening is May. If you want to join now, we can let you in the back door. And if you join before the 22nd of April, which is my mum's birthday, you will get a free additional one-to-one strategy session with me, but you need to quote Louise 0425. But I started typing, as well as our latest AI, and I couldn't remember what I called it, but I've created this resource document, which is 205, I do believe, AI prompts. They're going to help with marketing the business so much easier. At the moment, it's on sale for £17. On Sunday, it goes up to £34. And then at the end of April, it goes up to £75. So you'll get that thrown in as well. Don't worry, if you don't know how to use AI, I have full training in the membership vault. And AI has just revolutionized my life. That's all I'm going to say. So people say, oh my God, you're so quick. And I say, yeah, ChatGPT helped me with that one. So final reflection, I would just like you to write down for me one action that you're going to take today. And even if it's not take up coaching, is it a mindset that's switched off or switched on for you as a result of I'm no longer just a therapist? Because remember, clarity is great, but action is what creates transformation. So if you do want more information, if you've got any questions, you can post them in chat. But here I've got 2 QR codes. The one on the left, which is my left anyway, where it says brochure, you'll be able to download the brochure. It's just a PDF file, and there's a table in there which tells you the differences between the 3 different options. If you're sitting on the fence and you're sitting there thinking, I don't know whether the membership's right for me, I don't know whether accelerator programs are right for me, cool. I promise you walk away with 2 or 3 golden nuggets. But I'm not going to sit there and sell you a program. I do not think, obviously you need to know where you want your business to go to. I'm never going to sell you, never sell anything to anybody that they don't need. So if I don't think we're a good fit, if I don't think the membership and what I can offer is going to get you where you want to go, I will be honest with you. So brochure, book a call. I do believe the slides may be available. So if you haven't had time to get your cameras out, or you've been watching on your cameras, I'm sure they will be available for you later. So just to finish, I just want to do a bit of a visualization, just so that we get in the mood to go back to work this afternoon, full of hope and joy. So do play along with me. So just want you to close your eyes for me. Sit back, make yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and take a slow, deep breath in. And release. And another one, deep breath in. And release. And one final one. And release. Now, I'd like to imagine the version of you that's thriving. She walks into her treatment room or a salon with calm confidence. Her diary is filled with clients she loves working with, people who value her, people who rebook with her, people who refer. They're her sales agents. She doesn't need to do any marketing. She doesn't need to do any marketing really, because her sales team, her clients that love her, are referring people to her left, right, and centre. She's no longer chasing. She's attracting. She knows her worth, and she charges for it unapologetically. She's no longer overwhelmed by numbers or marketing or bookings, because now she has systems that work for her. She has time to breathe, time to think, time to live. She's proud of her business, the business that she's built from scratch. She's really excited for the future. She's not scared of it. And most importantly, she hasn't lost herself along the way. So take a moment to feel that version of you. Notice her energy, her strength, her peace. But guess what? You don't need to wait years to meet her. She's already inside you. You just need the right support to bring her forward. Now, take another deep breath in and release it. And slowly open your eyes. And that version of you, she's not a fantasy. She's your future. And it starts with one decision. So I'd like to thank Louise for inviting me to speak with you today. I'd like to thank you for turning up today, and for those who are watching it on replay. So if you do need to reach out to me, we've got two different email addresses. I've got the thrivingbusinessclub@gmail.com if it's anything to do with the membership, or janebryanbeautytraining@gmail.com if it's anything else at all. There's my telephone number, and again, the brochure and how to book a call. So that is me done. Has anybody got any questions?
It's actually quite valuable for everybody to hear. But I think, as I said right at the very beginning, if I could have had my time again, I would have invested in coaching right from the beginning. And I think I'm glad that you put prices in there, because I think a lot of people are very hesitant to think about parting with money, because we all have money mindset blocks as well. I know I do. I still do, after 30 odd years of running businesses, of feeling that if we give out, we're not going to get back. And you've got to get over that. You've got to get over that. And so having that NLP background, and being able to help people with all of that sort of blocking, I think is really valuable, Jane.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so I mean, the amount of money I've spent on coaching just in the last year, let's just say it's well over 20,000. Well over 20,000. So in the old days, I was like, oh, I can't pay that out, because that's profit. But it's not. I'm getting it back leaps and bounds. But as I said, that's not just on one business. So we've got the retreat, so we have coaches for that side. I've got my mindset. I've got my own coach mindset as well.
Mm.
And then I've got my sales coach, I've got my marketing coach, and then I've got my, I don't know what you'd call him, my kick up the arse coach.
Yeah. Oh, we,
Basically.
we all need one of those, very much
Yeah.
so. I think also that there is the sort of the mindset or the, well, I don't need that. I don't need
Mm,
to invest in myself to do that. I can just, I'll be all right. I can just tick
yeah.
along. Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
But even though, I've been a marketeer and a salesperson in my past, doesn't sound any good at it in this business.
Yeah.
And I'm very much, I'm working with Danny Wallace, and like she said, why don't you ever go out there live and tell people what you've done in your life? I said, well, because then I'm bragging, aren't I? She said, no. And actually, I went on a boot. Oh God, what was it called? Fest. Can't remember what it was called. A couple of weeks ago, and there was a PR guy there from America, a very famous PR guy. Everybody was saying, "Who is he?" I went, "I know who he is."
Mhm.
And he's a producer, and he does loads of stuff. And anyway, he's Danny's PR guy because she's doing the big festoon. She's doing something in America. And he turned around and said, and this is always going to stay with me. He said that what you've got to remember is every time you go live, every time you're marketing yourself, you've got to remember that you are going for an interview for a job. If that's all you remember, I'm going for an interview for a job. And when you go for a job, you don't shy, you don't hold yourself back about what you've achieved, do you? But
Mm.
still, so I mean, I have people that post in my other group, how amazing I am. I've never approved those posts. Crazy. Oh,
Okay.
but to me, it's bragging, but it's not really, is it?
Mm.
And unless you tell people, and this goes for therapists as well, we don't say how good we are at our craft because people won't want to hear it. But people do want to hear it. They want to come to someone that's amazing, that gets amazing results with their treatment. So you need to start singing your praises, whether you're uncomfortable or not, unfortunately. Anyway, off the what's it, soapbox.
We could talk all day, Jane, and I'm
We
sure
could, we
we'll
could.
carry on. Well, thank you very much. I'm sure that you will definitely get a few people that will be watching what you are doing, and hopefully join your world, and
Yes.
step up into their time to grow their business. So
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much for the invite.
Pleasure.